Hey there, it's ODAWA from My Gaming Addiction. Today, I will be releasing to the public the ODAWA Bunker, a low-cost, single TC, soft-side-proof roof bunker that can be opened from inside or out. This bunker has been in the research phase for over 1 year, with approximately 1,000 hours devoted to comparing various footprints for their build and raid cost. In this video, I promise to teach you how to build the ODAWA bunker in the 3 cheapest 24 rocket footprints. I'm going to showcase some expansion ideas and explain how it works and why it's superior. These are the 7 reasons why the ODAWA bunker is superior to other designs. Number 1, it's super easy and cheap to get in or out from this base. You can even close these doors and you know your TC is safe. Of course, you're only spending TWIG, which means there's no HQM that you're spending over and over again like other designs. Number 2, the various footprints allow for huge amounts of storage. Whether you're a solo, duo, trio, you have enough space to move around in this base. All the loot you need to store, it can be contained within this basement. We even have space for 2 different workbenches and small furnaces as well. Number 3, imagine someone on your team has forgotten to close the bunker. No worries. If enemies get past the garage doors, they're still going to have to deal with the roof bunker. Automatically it closes every single time. It's impossible to put a ladder over here and fire a rocket in towards that TC. It's going to close. Number 4, this base features a TC protected behind multiple doors and your roof bunker. That means you can actually open this roof bunker knowing your TC is not going to get instantly destroyed by the first person you can fire a rocket in. So, be at ease, exit as you please. Number 5. You only need 1 TC for this roof bunker base. It's really one of a kind. External TCs are always a good idea, and that's something that you can build as you can afford it. However, for this roof bunker, you only need 1 TC to get things started. Number 6. Like any good roof bunker, there are 0 gaps. However, with this design, literally there's no gaps to even worry about. Number 7. There are 0 soft sides on this base. After you honeycomb this thing, there's no chance people are going to get in unless they have the boom boom. In fact, any soft sides are contained within the roof bunker, making it 100% eco-raid proof. This is the first of its kind. It's story time. The history of the ODAWA roof bunker system began a 1.5 years ago. I was craving peach yogurt. Now, before we had the adult or the teenage or the baby version, I was experimenting with multiple TCs that were bi-directional. That meant you could access your roof bunker from inside or outside. Now, I was craving that peach yogurt and I headed down to the kitchen. 10 minutes later, I realized, oh no, Bud Satani was correct. The external TC has popped because I left my roof bunker open. Now, that is a no-no. In today's Rust, you actually cannot even do a bidirectional roof bunker like this because if you have a second TC over here, it's going to be connecting 2 structures. So that was disappointing to discover recently, but luckily over the last 1.5 years, I've struggled and innovated and created the baby, teenage, and adult version of the ODAWA roof bunker system. Let's take a look right here. We've got a temporary situation connecting 2 different structures, and then we have a permanent connection right here. Wow. So 1.5 years ago, I discovered that. I kept it kind of secret. You're going to have your valuable stuff inside. On the outside here, you got something that can be soft-sided. Plus, you're kind of vulnerable. You know, people could shoot at you when you're trying to open up something that's so important. But I love the concept of using just TWIG. Now, let's compare that to other methods. Like, we could go over like 15 different options here, but they all kind of have the same pattern. You're constantly either suiciding in and spending more resources on upgrading to HQM, or you are opening from the outside, you know, with a very clever system that's, let's face it, kind of big brain and difficult to build. But yeah, it's you know, it's satisfying, but just you're spending HQM every single time. I recently saw in Crow's video a review of roof bunkers asking the question, are roof bunkers broken, right? And no, they're not, but you know, I always prefer using just TWIG. So let's compare. We've got the baby version here with soft sides on the outside. Then I wanted to protect that. We have this teenage version here, a little bit clumsy looking. That's why I'm calling it the teenage version. Yeah, there's no soft sides, but yeah, it's just a little bit inelegant, right? Also, this thing is so hard to place. Plus, if this gets destroyed, look, you can't place it again. That's so annoying. You know, placing this thing is not simple, right? Like you have to get the position correct, and even on a build server, like, it can get really frustrating. That's faster than normal for me. One last cute thing about this teenage version is it is bidirectional, so like that's awesome. That's pretty cool. But it's just a little bit clumsy, isn't it? Like on the outside of your base here, people could be shooting at you while you open this, and then surrounding this second structure, that was so clumsy. Which led me to innovate even more, and I came up with the most elegant, flawless roof bunker system in Rust today. It's the ODAWA roof bunker system. Take a look at this thing, guys. It can be opened easily, and the roof system, my gosh, the ceiling is so easy to place. Even with this gone, look, you can just place it like no brain struggle there at all. It's so easy. And even this thing, look, you can replace it, no problem. There's no gaps, guys. It's flawless. It's awesome. No soft sides. The question remains, this little essential footprint right here, what are you going to surround your valuable stuff with, right? So let's consider the ODAWA roof bunker system and how you're going to try it out today. We've got 5 different footprints I've researched over the last year, maximizing efficiency for costs, as well as moving around inside. And I'm going to consider recommending one of these 3 for you to try out today. The ODAWA roof bunker system is here to stay, and save the day with all these other roof bunker systems kind of disappearing as every update comes. I guarantee you guys this system is going to stick around for years and years. It's going to become the new thing you're going to do on every single base. All right, after 1 year, we've got 5 different footprints to compare. Let's look at the pros and cons. Over here, you have a very large footprint, which has 9 squares, and you have a TC represented by this arcade, protected within your roof bunker only by 2 sheet metal doors. We have a protected loot room here and here, and these guys are unprotected on the inside. So a large footprint and easy to move around. Over here we have a small footprint, just like this. It's only 1 wall high, and on the inside we have unprotected loot, and then we have 2 doors protecting a TC. So this is a pretty good compromise if you're looking to stay away from attracting too much attention. It's nice and small, and of course, adding honeycomb, it's still got a good amount of protection. Let's move on over here and take a look at this really weird little guy. This is really small. It's extremely tight inside, and your TC is not protected by any doors at all. That's a big problem. And over here, you have to jump up and do this really awkward sort of way of getting out. It's not fun, and you also don't really have a lot of space for much storage. So I would say that's an option to not consider. Over here, we have something that's like this, but it is 1.5 walls high. And that was created over the last year over and over and over again, realizing the value of having more doors on the inside to protect that TC. We've actually got 3 sets of doors protecting the TC and 2 doors protecting this loot room over here. Take a look at this. We also have extra storage down here because of this shelf, which is on this floor frame right here. This is all thanks to, well, the reason that we need to have 1.5 walls high of a base. And the reason for that is right here. You can see we're not able to actually place anything here, and we can't place anything here. And that's because these 2 foundations are not the same structure. We're tricking it into thinking it's one. But how can we protect things? Like if we wanted to, I realized, oh, if this is actually a higher height, for example, a medium height, then you can place in walls and doors. So that got me thinking, oh man, I have this really small little footprint. Now I'm gonna have to build it a little bit higher. And well, you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it. Everything has a compromise, and I'd say going with 1.5 walls high is a great design, because look at how much storage you guys get. You have a protected loot room over here with 2 doors, and we have 1, 2, 3 doors of protection for your TC. This makes it really stress-free when you are getting back out of your roof bunker. You can easily place this in here, close this door, and you are out. You haven't spent any HQM, and your loot is happy and snug inside. That's with triangles. And over here we have squares, which provides a much more sort of simple layout, really easy to move around. We've got only 2 doors of protection because of the squares. We have a 2-door protected loot room here, and again, some good storage space down here for furnaces, workbench, extra little knickknacks. So for a while, this was my favorite. I think this is my favorite right now. But now you guys have 5 different footprints to consider when you build your first ODAWA roof bunker. Okay, so we've got a relatively flat area right here. We're not going to build on ice because we want to have a workbench, and that workbench is going to be on the ground. So we want to make sure that our foundations are not too low. We're looking for something about this high off the ground, and a little bit of a check right here to make sure we have blue. That means we're good to go. Okay, here we are. We're going to get our main TC secure. Okay, let's upgrade just this square foundation right here. And we're going to do a little shelf in our TC room and slap on a door. And we're good to go. So our TC is safe. We can continue with our build site. We're going to do a medium height foundation here. Upgrade this guy. Okay, at the front of our base right here, we're going to just build a little bit of it. We're going to remove this twig. Come over to this foundation right here, and we're going to build in twig, going 8 squares that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Let's remove all of this, and we're going to come back with triangles. By the time we get back to the base, our triangles need to be the same height as the lowest foundations. Just like this, we're going to upgrade the middle one to HQM. These will be sheet metal. And we want to close up our inner core. So let's do some honeycombing. And here we are. Total of 3 triangles on the side and a square. We're going to do 2 more squares in here for a total of 3. And we're going to make sure that our honeycomb at the back is going to have 3 layers of walls for 24 walls, 24 rockets of protection, pardon me. Continue our honeycomb around here. And that's the footprint that we're looking for. Let's do the honeycomb later and just close in our inner core. So we're going to be using a half wall here and a full wall right here. This is going to be upgraded. And already you guys can see the problem with roof bunkers is that we have these gaps. We're going to take care of those gaps in a moment. But first things first, let's upgrade this foundation, this one, and this one over here, and this one right here. This one that I'm looking at is really important because it's going to be holding up a wall that is going to be connecting this structure right here to the rest of the structure. So currently, let me just do a little demonstration. The only stone that we've used is not visible to the TC. We're going to make it visible right now by connecting the 2 different structures. You can see now in the TC that that stone is visible, and that's because we've connected what should be supported by 2 TCs. We've made it only 1. Magic. Next, we're going to close in the path with some of these half walls, and you guys can see that we got a problem. We got these gaps here. Let's take care of the gaps in a moment. Let's just close up our ceiling so that we have some security. Make sure when you place the square right above the roof bunker door that you're not attaching it to the wall. Otherwise it won't open. All right, let's take a look at this. We can close this and let's take care of these gaps. Right over here, we're going to want to make sure that this is rotated and this is rotated. Do that before you forget, right guys? Because after a while you can't do it. And we're going to close up this gap with a wall right here. And we're going to do a system of turning this soft side into a hard side with this floor frame right here. All right, let's get in our walls here. Paying attention to make sure that things are rotated, which closes up the gap, both on the half wall and the full wall. Let's do the same thing over here. All right, now our gaps are closed up. However, this is looking pretty vulnerable. We're going to protect this by building off of the roof bunkered entrance. We're going to close this up with soft sides facing this way. All right, let's put in full walls right here and a floor off of the main structure, not off of this one, and a little bit of a jump up right here. And right here you could do a full wall or a half wall. Just make sure that it is rotated correctly, just like that.
going to make it impossible for people to peek into our roof bunker when it's open. They can't use a ladder with this little opening. And we need to apply some shotgun traps down there as well. So grab a shotgun trap as soon as you can, put it on this wall, pull it down low, make sure it's not on this wall, put it on this one, pull it down, and fill it up. Another shotgun trap you guys can put in would be this one right here. The purpose of this one is not to close the trap, but just to hit anybody that falls down here. Let's test out our security right now. So we're going to jump up here and place in our roof bunker entrance. Make sure that you can still place this. If you can't, you got to move your shotgun traps. All right, head up to the top here and think about upgrading these 6 squares right here. And that's how you build essentially the inner core.
Okay, we're going to build this footprint right here, and we're going to do it as fast as possible. You guys can see how to do this. Okay, a low square in TWIG and 2 triangles at a medium height. We're going to put our TC right on this guy right here. Okay, our TC is secure. And we're going to do a medium height and a low height triangle right here. Then we're going to do a total of 3 twigs, so 1, 2, 3. Then on the third one here, we're going to go that way with 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then number 8. I'm going to upgrade it just so you guys can see. And we're going to delete all of this. And we're also going to delete this guy later, but it's our 8th one we're building back now with triangles. This is just your normal multi-TC build out, but we're going to actually only have 1 TC. Okay, upgrade the middle one and choose either the right or the left, and get rid of the rest. Okay, we need to connect these 2 different structures, so we're going to upgrade that, and we're going to upgrade this, and I'm just going to put in floor frames here, just so that that is complete. And right here, we're actually going to upgrade this foundation, and we're going to honeycomb this in. And let's head around over here. The only thing else you're going to need to upgrade later on is this wall right here. You don't need to upgrade anything else except for another foundation, just like this guy, over on the other side. Let's go get that set up right now. We're going to head on over here, and we're going to do 3 more triangle foundations. And we're going to do a 5th one, or 4th one, pardon me, and then a square, just like that. This guy is mirroring what we have over there. So in total, right, you've got basically 3 squares worth of ceiling that are about to go in. And there we go. Okay, let's close all of this in. All right, and we're doing the version that needs 1.5 walls high. And there we go. Okay, let's close in. And we're going to upgrade all of this as well. And we're going to extend this out. And then down here on these foundations, we're building walls with the soft side facing this way. Off of these walls, you're going to place this right here. And notice that there's a small gap that's visible to you, but not possible to splash through at all. All right, now our inner core is secure. The honeycombing is up to you, but let's go inside and build our shelves. So come on in and let's close this for security. Notice that the sheet metal down there needs to be honeycombed internally. And we are rotating the walls to make sure that we reduce any potential splash damage through there. The other thing that we're going to upgrade is this feature piece right here, this triangle roof piece, which is at the heart of connecting the 2 different pieces in the ODAWA roof bunker. Let's start building in our shelves here. So we're going to build in stone right there, and you can build another loot room over here. Okay, now right here we're going to upgrade this wall, and we're going to put in a door here and here, and even here. So in total, we're going to have 3 doors to the TC and 2 doors to that loot room over there. And look at the snap points we have right here for another shelf. All right, and I'm not going to do all of the shelves right now, but I would say if you are stand in this area before you place this, and you're going to have lots of room for more storage boxes, but we're just going to skip that part of the video because you guys know how to, decorate shelves. I'll show you guys how to exit this guy, and there we are. Let's close this door, and we are out. So in terms of closing all this area up, you could use some medium height foundations right here, and then just close this up. And if you want, you could make this, how you enter the base right here. But I would suggest doing a second floor entrance. All right, and I'm going to put a shotgun trap right here. And we're going to put down nice and low on that wall. And you guys will see when we fill that in, it's going to still allow us to open up our roof bunker, no problem. Just test it out before you go away, and that gets closed automatically. And for honeycombing this thing, obviously you're going to want to honeycomb that for sure. I'll do a quick little demonstration of making sure that you have 24 rockets of protection. And at the back here, we're going to fill this in with triangles. So basically you've got 2 squares on each side, triangles everywhere else. And I would recommend you guys use these roof pieces right here. All right, and for honeycombing, I'm sure you can figure out how to protect this, but yeah, you want to pay attention to making sure you have 24 rockets of protection from every single direction, which is very easy to do. Okay, and now for our smallest, shortest version right here with triangles. Let's go do that. So we're going to start off really low with some squares, and then a triangle, and we're going to upgrade this. That's where our TC is going to go. All right, let's upgrade that guy, and all of these will be low foundations. And just in TWIG, let's just come across here and just build those and remove that guy. We're going to be happy we did that. And while we're down here, let's just build this as well. We're going to save a couple of different steps with doing that. Okay, let's go this way with 8 foundations. 1, 2, 8. Come on back. Okay, and then the last 2 we're going to upgrade to HQM. And get rid of this twig. All right, and really important, we connect the 2 different structures, just like this, and a floor frame does this trick, right, where it converts that soft side to hard. Okay, we're going to do, off of this triangle, which is upgraded to HQM, we're going to do 2 squares. And on the other side as well, upgrade this and make sure there's 2 squares. Okay, and then it's triangles everywhere else. This is our honeycomb layer that I'm doing right now. And let's close up our inner core. And make sure that you rotate your wall so that the gap is gone. And I'm going to talk about what else to upgrade. We're going to upgrade this guy. And we're actually going to just skip ahead to end game here. We're going to upgrade these 4 walls. And let's throw in our 3 ceilings, I guess, not 4. All right. And how about shells? Got snap points already for that. Looks good. Might want to temporarily put a shelf here before you build in stone over here. Off of the floor frames, we're going to just build a jump up here. And we can close this up. And we're going to add a shotgun trap. Putting that down as low as we can. Right there. Okay. Now, jumping out of this thing, we want to make sure that we actually have this arrangement here, protecting us from anyone shooting inside while the roof bunker is open. Just test that our roof bunker will still open. Yep, no problem there. Actually, that's a good little spot for furnaces, isn't it? Put furnaces right there. We'll do that instead. Okay. Here we go. Switch that with our workbench. Nice. This makes like a little compact solo base, which is surprisingly strong. All right, let's just finish up with some honeycomb. Right here, I would suggest that you use walls, and over here and everywhere else, I would suggest that you use ramps. Just going to make the profile of this base look extra small. All right, and I think I'm going to make the entrance for today. I'll make it right here, and we'll just do a little airlock. And maybe even something like this. Okay, and that's our simple little footprint here. 24 rockets of protection. Well, thank you for helping me celebrate the public release of the ODAWA roof bunker. I know I'm making it sound very serious, but in all honesty, I spent a lot of time on this. I spent like over 1,000 hours, which is, you know, a lot of evenings where I didn't hang out with my family and stuff. So I have to say, you know, I enjoy playing Rust. I haven't really been playing it much lately, and this is possibly going to be my last video in a long time. So I just want to say thank you for your viewership, and please enjoy what I've created, and I hope that you are inspired. Have a great day, guys, and see you next time when that is.